Is that a good space? You got it there? Okay, cool. All right, so first of all, you're gonna get like a chunk of clay, and you're gonna take a piece off the clay. And then whatever clay you have left, you're going to wrap up in plastic so it doesn't dry out. All right, now if you were at some point as a little kid, you probably made snakes out of Play-Doh. The first thing you're gonna do with your chunk of clay is you're gonna take your hands and just kind of squeeze it. You wanna make sure it's kind of even. And then we're gonna begin to roll. It is gonna be important to make sure that your table area is clean and free of things like pencil shavings and all that sort of good stuff. All right, and then you're gonna begin to roll it out. And you're kind of rolling from sort of like your fingertips into like the top of your hand. You're not using the palm of your hand, so it's just kind of back and forth. And as you're doing this, you're kind of pulling your hands out. All right, so it begins to stretch. And we do want to try to keep it even, and we don't want to push down too much. If you push down too much, you end up with like weird flat sides, which doesn't really work well. So we want to keep it kind of nice and round. We're making a snake shape. And if you have areas that are thicker than other areas, you can kind of focus in on that. All right, so now I have kind of a long snake shape. So this is where you can start. If your piece is going to have a base to it, you might want to take a piece of clay and flatten it out first, and that can become your base. But if you do that, you want to make sure you've got a piece of plastic to put it on so it doesn't stick to the table. I'm just going to go ahead. The bottom of my piece is going to be hollow, so I'm going to start here. All right, so I'm making a circle. Now remember, before we talked about scoring and slipping, this is going to be really, really, really important. With each layer of clay you add, you need to make sure that you score it and that you use slip. It's a little on the dry side. You want to make sure that we've got that wet clay in there that's going to help hold it together. Otherwise, it will come apart. All right. And then here, I'm just going to kind of, on the back side, go through. And then I can begin to do another layer. And then you want to make sure it's not stuck to whatever it is you're doing. So you can build up pretty quickly with this. You want to keep your coils sort of an even thickness, otherwise your piece will go really wide and skinny and becomes unstable. So again, I'm using my hand, and then I'm just going to begin to roll. The piece that I have in the corner of my room that's in front of the window, have you guys seen that piece? It's pretty tall. It's made by a friend of mine. That was built out of large coils. That's how she built it. All right, so again, I added here. The biggest problem with this is that you get to be in a rush because you're excited about building up, and then you forget to score things and you slip, that sort of thing. All right, I'm not too worried about keeping my coils really nice because I'm going to smooth it all out anyway. If you want your coils to be nice, then you probably won't do this as rough as I'm doing this. All right. So you can see as I start to build up. If you if you slowly bring your coils towards the middle, it will start to create more of a cone shape. If you slowly bring your coils out gently, it will start to create more of a bowl shape. And if you bring your coils just straight up, you're going to create just a straight out cylinder shape. Even with a straight cylinder shape, afterwards you can still push in to create more of a cone towards the top, and you can still kind of bring it out to get more of a bowl shape. But if it's really important to you to have more of a bowl shape, then you want to begin to do that as you're building. And so as you're building with the coil, you're going to kind of sort of, like I said, tilt it out to have it grow slowly out, or tilt it in, and you're going to kind of make smaller circles in order to get it to go this way. You should easily, well, not easily, you should be able to build a piece, I don't know, maybe about that high. I would not go higher because we need space in the kiln. All right, so that's about, is that about 6 to 8 inches? Give or take?
Something like that.
Yeah.
I was just, there we go.
There you go. About that high. All right. When it comes to like creating a creature, again, so you're going to start with a cylinder because it's hollow, and then you can add other stuff to it to add details. This, of course, can be changed, so it can be made more of an oval. You know, you can kind of, it doesn't have to be round. The round is sort of where we start, but you can reshape this as you're building it to give it sort of a different shape as it's growing.
That's where it's a good idea to